Hey guys, welcome back to Beardy Reviews. I'm going to be talking about my favorite films this month. I got a few to talk about and then we're going to get on to my favorite. Because I am talking about films, there are going to be spoilers. So if you don't want to know, sorry not sorry. First up, I'm going to be talking about the new release of Pitch Perfect 2. I was really excited to go see this film because I was a big fan of the first one. Fat Amy is hilarious and I was really curious to see where they were going to take the story from the first one. So what happens is they kind of embark on this journey to the international championships where they're faced with bigger and better a cappella groups such as Das Sound Machine. I liked it because it was really funny and it delivered the same humor that the first one had, and I think it's just as good, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It was a really good sing-along movie and I really liked the arrangements of the songs and the song choices. Fat Amy got more presence, more jokes, and a bit more of a storyline. And of course, Lily was hilarious. The only reason why this wasn't a massive film for me is because it's nothing new. We've seen it in the first one. They just kind of redid the same kind of comedy in the second one. It's still funny, but it's not as much of a surprise as the first one. So I'm gonna give it 5 beer points. The second film I went to see this month was Mad Max Fury Road. I was really excited. It was my birthday and it was awesome. If you don't know much about this film, it's a remake of the original directed by George Miller, which I recommend you go see because it's really good as well. Pretty much the entire film was one long action sequence. There's explosions and awesome characters and great prosthetic makeup. They added lots of detail. It looked very realistic, very kind of real world, but at the same time very fantasy. Although we don't get a lot of dialogue out of this film, we don't really need it. The storyline was constantly clear and we knew where it was going. My favorite character in the film was obviously Nux, played by Nicholas Hoult. Yes, he was one of the bad guys, but he turns out to be really a good guy. He was really endearing and it was really nice to see that actor play something a bit different from what he usually does. As expected, Tom Hardy was amazing and Charlize Theron was hot. If you're looking for an exciting action film, you should definitely go see it. So I'll give this one 6.5 beer points. And last but not least, my favorite film of the month wasn't exactly released this month, but I finally went to go see it and it was mind-blowing. I am talking, of course, about Ex Machina. The film was directed by Alex Garland. The film is about an eccentric billionaire played by Oscar Isaac who has created a robot with AI and has brought in somebody else to test it. This someone else is an employee named Caleb, played by Domhnall Gleeson. He spends his time interacting with Ava the robot to test whether she can be perceived as a real person or not. The film keeps going in different directions, keeping you on your toes, and you never really know who's the good guy, who's the bad guy, and it's really unpredictable. I really like the CG in this film. I mean, she looks amazing. It looks like an actual robot. It's all computer generated, but it looks incredible. Like I said, the unpredictability of the characters and the general creepiness of it makes it a really tense film. The use of lighting in space in this film is really clever. Whenever the system shuts down and the red lights go on, everything becomes really tense and kind of uneasy, which is also kind of the purpose of the long hallways and the big dark open spaces that make everything really uneasy and really creepy. I also really like the progression of Ava because she starts off as this kind of like Siri type of robot and you think she goes on to be like this complex human being, but right at the end, you just find out that things aren't exactly like that. The ending is very different from any film I've seen before. I did not see it coming. It was really unpredictable and kind of a breath of fresh air when it comes to films nowadays. So in the whole, this film was like a major mindfuck. I'm talking about Fight Club type of mindfuck. Although, unlike Fight Club, this isn't a film that I would watch over and over again. Once you've seen it once, you know what's gonna happen. So it kind of makes the tension of the whole film obsolete. So I'm gonna give this movie 8 beer points. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite films were this month, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Toodles!